Since I was young, a story began to linger in my mind and pervade my heart. And for years and years, I was quite confused why it wouldn't leave me. I couldn't name it for a long time, but I felt compelled to ink it onto paper. It was screaming from within me to get out. So I decided to put it into a book. And here is the story. What if the story that changes your life starts right here? Hi, I'm Ilda. I'm author of 4 poetry collections and now I'm stepping into the world of novels. I create magical worlds and stories where emotion, love and imagination intertwine. So welcome to the very first episode of my writing journey. For me personally, this is more than a series. It's a raw and honest look into the beauty, chaos, heartbreak, and magic of writing. Every episode will take you behind the scenes, the late night thoughts, the struggles that no one talks about, and the moments that make it all worth it. And for all the book lovers out there, there will be surprises, exclusive gifts, giveaways, and special moments waiting for you along the way. I want this channel to be a special community, not just about stories and videos, but I want it to be a community where we can grow and learn together. So if you are watching this right now, congratulations, you are early, because the future is going to be, as I said, full of surprises, wonderful gifts and giveaways. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications because I don't want you to miss a single one. Everything shared here, every story, every lesson, every gift comes straight from my soul to yours and completely free. So welcome, subscribe, don't miss out on the amazing opportunities, and let us step into the world where stories are powerful enough to transport us somewhere beyond the reality. Since I was 14, I have been writing short stories, essays, poems, from time to time, just like that. In the heavy moments when I felt completely alone, or when I didn't have anyone by my side to share my emotions, it was a way to release all the heaviness from my soul. And years passed, and I found all the poems, all my writings scattered everywhere, in notebooks, on pieces of paper. And one day, a vision was finally born. I woke up with an idea, and I believe it had been in my subconscious all along. I just had to acknowledge it. And I'm certain when the right moment came, the idea revealed itself. I was certain all those poems had to become a book. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be just one book, but the moment I decided to collect all my poems and to rearrange them, I discovered a surprising truth. They all belonged perfectly together, forming a single unique story that I had never planned to write. And yet it was right in front of me, in the form of words imbued with heavy emotions. Every emotion was felt deeply in my heart. before writing my book, I had to filter every feeling through myself. And it felt as if I lived through all of it while writing it. And then I began drafting my first poetry book. But then I discovered another shocking, surprising truth. It wasn't just one book. Over the years, I wrote so many poems, and all together they tell a love story. And this is how my Low Poems trilogy was born. I have written 3 books of poetry, and then I had one more subconscious idea to write one more book, 4th book, as a precursor to the first 3. But then, even to this day, it's not completely clear to me how it came to me to write the first 3 books and then to write the 4th book as an introduction to the first 3. But when it comes to my artistic creations and my writing, I don't let the logic to interfere with that too much. I don't want to question it, why this or why that. And sometimes I don't even want to understand it, because I have decided to follow my intuition, to follow my soul, because I know my soul won't make mistakes when it comes to artistic creations. It will follow its voice faithfully. And just when the poems had been finished, when I wrote all the poetry books, the story didn't quite want to leave me yet. It became to me in the form of a novel. Randomly, one day I woke up and the visions began appearing in my mind, so vivid, so real, unfolding little by little, piece by piece. The scene and spaces became larger, containing more actions and layers, unfolding in mysterious directions, adding more to the plot. And I wrote it over the span of 2 months. Every day I would I would write up to 2,000 words. Some days I would write 4,000 words. The story was flowing from me like a river. Yeah. So after I wrote the first draft of the book, it took me a few months to finish the 3 drafts of the book, and the last draft was finally completed just somewhere before the new year 2026. And after the new year, in January, I began a querying process and searching for an agent, a soul who would understand the story my own soul wanted to tell. I am looking for a safe place, for a home for my book, someone who would treat it with care and love, and someone who will support it. And then I started analyzing my own book. And I realized that although my book falls into romantic fantasy genre, the story carries deep and heavy emotions and themes from our everyday life. It's about themes that are important to every individual, like things that we encounter from the young age, expanding through our entire lives. All of us have been at that point in life where we were quite confused about the world, about the life, whether we belong to this world or not. We search for the higher meanings, why we are here, how to adapt, how to fit in. And through my complex and layered characters, my book shows that it's quite valuable to be different, to stand out, to pursue different paths, to be an example and to lead. I believe it is very important to find our own identity, to understand who we truly are and why we are born. Alongside all these other themes in my book, I must say that the central topic of my book is love. The strongest, the highest force that moves the worlds. It is powerful, but also it can be very destructive. Sometimes life decisions are made under the influence of strong love, heavy emotions, and infatuation. And then sometimes these choices shape our destiny and the direction of our life. In my book, this love is timeless. It's never ending, and it continues in all its forms and existences, in life after life. And with this book being written, I am giving this story a chance to live in this world, as it clearly wanted, so urgently, so passionately, to come here from another world. The visions I see, I try to paint with my words, using my own emotions to evoke your senses and your feelings. And after all, we all find each other exactly on these pages, on these words, where I act as a catalyst of the story and use my emotions so you may feel your own. When I am writing, I put all my energy, my essence and soul into it. Because for me, connections are very important, and emotions deepen connections. In my stories, visions are vivid, alive with a pulse, because I use sensory details, because I want to transport you to other worlds. In my writings, usually I blend otherworldly dimensional spaces with our reality. In my writing, I want to be completely authentic, which means I want to present my own writing code, my own voice, and my own stamp. Writing is a journey. Writing and reading is a journey into other realms, where we all together explore magical moments, emotional experiences, and vivid imaginations. One of the reasons why I choose romantasy genre is because it's very popular, but also because my story kind of fell into that field, and because I could use the contrasts, the continuous interplay of light and darkness, love and loss, beauty and despair. In the realm of my books, I show the balance of the ethereal and raw. The worlds that I create and write about feel otherworldly, but at the same time very familiar. It's like as if you know all those unknown places from a very distant past, from a subconscious mind. The characters in my story are very complex souls. They have secrets, desires, emotions, fears, traumas, and pain. Through the story, they show that the love is not just pure product of passion, but rather it's something much more, something much deeper that moves the soul, forcing transformation. And sometimes it's like a haunting urge to be completely vulnerable and sometimes even destroyed. And then here we come to the question, what would you do for love? How far would you go for it? Answer down below in the comment section. I would like to hear it. And after all, there is that one lingering question in my mind that I can't find the answer to. Why did this story come to me? And why it has followed me since I was young? Why me? Why this story? That world existed long before it was written onto paper. As I grew older, the story grew with me. What once felt like fragments of dreams slowly transformed into something deeper, a need, a calling. And this is how writing was no longer just a hobby. It became the only way to give voice to emotions. So for me, writing this book wasn't just creating another fictional world. It's way much more. It's talking about emotions, questions, realities that followed me since childhood. This story was never meant to stay silent. Beneath this fantasy, beneath this book, lies a very human message. Life was never meant to be reduced to a fleeting moments of happiness, surrounded by endless emptiness. Life was meant to be beautiful in its entirety. My stories are not just told, they are made to be felt and lived. As I finish this video, I am left with a sense of gratitude and happiness. I hope that within my poetic narratives you will find a light within yourself. Let us explore these realms together, guided by my luminous words, as I dare to dream a magical dreams and bring you closer to the beauty of books. Because stories don't just change worlds, they change people.